Hello. Hi. I asked if you were ready to go. I said, "Are you all ready to go?" The second I say hello, you coughed. Did I say? Are y'all ready to go? What did I say?
That was a mistake on my.
Hey.
Fist bump.
Hi. Welcome to Unnecessary Roughness, Barstool's college football podcast, brought to you by the good folks at High Noon Hard Seltzer. It's delicious, it's cold, and Kayce's going to tell you all about it.
And it is the perfect time of year, Ev. These high noons, they hit different when the sun's out, and it is hot everywhere. And the high noon teas, and I know they have the tequila, the new Fiesta pack, obviously the old school vodka seltzers, but these teas, holy shit, are they good?
I need to get my hands on. So I was.
You haven't tried them yet?
Not the teas. I was crushing some of the regulars at the one of my best friends got married this weekend.
Yeah, congratulations.
I was doing some high noons, a lot of high noons, responsibly, of course, always.
Of course.
And just delicious.
Yeah, no, the teas, like I love tea in general, but the peach tea with vodka in it, I mean, that's just, it's a game changer. So obviously if you live under a rock, you don't know that you can find High Noon anywhere. And if you do live under a rock, you should just go to highnoonspirits.com. You can find it near you. It's everywhere. All the Dave Portnoy pop-ups are like popping up all over the country right now. All my friends from everywhere are sending pictures with them and Dave in random liquor stores. So go get it. And like I said, the Tequila Fiesta pack is really hitting for a lot of people this summer. So highnoonspirits.com. We love it, Brandon. We love it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, Brandon.
Welcome back to me. Been a tough week. I announced what it was on my show this morning, on Mostly Sports this morning, so I won't have to go into it. So let's just get lost in the world of college football, shall we? Everybody good for that?
Yeah,
Let's do
good.
it.
We're good. Glad to have you
I'm
back.
not gonna. Yeah, thank you.
We love you, Brandon.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank you. I love one of y'all too.
It's me.
Oh,
and-
I know.
No, it's actually Blutman.
Yeah, it's fair.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, it's Blutman. And I don't know if it comes across on camera, but there's a connection here that you just can't teach. And why would you want to teach it? I have a question for you real quick while we're just talking. All the schools in the country, you make sure you have a South Dakota State helmet on the desk every week?
It's the only mini helmet I have.
Why don't you have other mini helmets?
I don't buy them.
Can I get you some mini helmets?
I have a little Stanford tree guy I could bring too.
Who's the if you had to take one mini helmet from the rest of college football, who do you want next? I'm going to buy you one mini helmet a week, and we're going to add.
You just promised this man the moon.
We're going to add to the collection. So who's next?
Oh, me and Mark Tice, thank you so much for doing that for our desk. Might have to be Tulane Angry Wave.
Oh, that's a
The
good
Angry Wave logo.
You sure that's on a mini helmet?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think of that. Big Red, Western Kentucky.
Okay, so I've just asked you
I know.
the entire country, and you went with Western Kentucky or Tulane, but it has to be a certain Tulane.
Yeah.
The Angry
and
Wave.
ideally, Western Kentucky would be with Big Red on it when
Yeah.
it is different positions.
But
on
I
helmets.
can't make something appear on a mini helmet. It has to be something that's available for purchase. Do you think the Angry Wave exists in mini helmet form?
Toledo.
What?
That's gonna be at Toledo.
Toledo now?
Yeah, Maction baby.
Toledo Rockets.
They got good helmets.
They do.
They do have good helmets.
They do.
I'll give Toledo credit for a smaller school, and every time. And I don't know if you have beef with this, but every time somebody ranks there's 10 best helmets in America, it's always the big teams. It's always your Florida States, your Miamis, and all that. And then somebody lies and says Penn State and Michigan, even though both those helmets are ugly as fuck.
You can't
but
compare
nobody
Penn
ever
State
says
and Michigan. Penn State's just white. Like, it's just a white helmet.
They're both garbage. They're both garbage helmets. They're ugly.
Delware's helmet potentially better than Michigan's.
It's the same fucking thing, isn't it? With a
Yeah,
stripe.
The lighter
it's
blue.
It's a better combination of the colors. Yeah.
So, but nobody would ever say Toledo has one of the best helmets, but they really they do
have a
have a
great
damn good
helmet.
helmet.
Nobody would ever say Air Force, the white with.
Oh
the blue.
God, that's a good helmet.
Oh, so good.
That's a good ass helmet.
We'll have to write that one.
We might have to do non-Power 5 best helmets because
we
they
need
might
to.
have better helmets than Power 5s. Air Force is a great one.
There's also a difference in most iconic helmets and best helmets.
Yeah, no, best helmets is what looks the best, and iconic is just people's excuse to say a team that's been around 6 decades. I'm not talking about a team that is good. Like, Michigan's been good forever. That's great. That helmet's ugly as fuck. Penn State's helmet's ugly as fuck. Alabama's helmet is ugly as fuck.
Alabama's helmet is super iconic.
And Alabama's helmet is not iconic.
Yes,
Alabama
it is.
football. No, it's not. Alabama football is iconic.
Ev.
But that helmet is just plain as shit. There's nothing that's a junior high helmet. And people are like, "Oh, it's iconic." No, the team that wears it's iconic. That's the difference.
Ev,
I agree.
Alabama's helmets are iconic.
But see,
No.
I do think Brandon's right because I've said this forever, and I'm going with Brandon's thing. Like even they've said the same thing, not even only helmets, but uniforms. Like
Yeah.
Bama's and Penn State, it's literally a shirt with the letters on it. There's nothing to it.
Penn
Zero
State.
Not even Penn State doesn't even have letters on
Yeah,
it.
no. Penn State is just like Penn
No, I'm saying
State's-
even the uniforms they give them.
Yeah.
They throw them in these top 10s. I'm like, it's literally a shirt with just numbers on it. There's
Penn-
no logo, no design.
Well,
There's
that's
nothing
what
to
makes
the
me
uniforms.
mad about Penn State's helmets. It's what helmets look like before they're painted.
Because I'll even
But-
say,
but-
even this is how I'm taking my homer cap off. Even with Ohio State's, it's the stickers.
See, I hate
Yeah.
the
Like I think
stickers.
Ohio State's helmet is
Casey-
a little bit nicer, but it's
I
still
hate
it's the
those
stickers.
I hate
Let me
them.
ask you a question, Casey. If Alabama was a perennial 10th place finisher in the SEC, would that helmet be iconic? No.
Well,
It just
no,
wouldn't.
but that's
And-
that's how things
Right.
become iconic.
No, the team is iconic. That helmet's ugly as fuck. It's
But
just
that doesn't
plain.
mean it's not iconic. If you see,
You're-
if you
the team
see-
is iconic.
Here's the thing: if you put all the helmets out in front of like random casual fans, they will know which one is the Alabama helmet. That means
But
it's
that's
iconic.
because it's Alabama. See, Florida State could go 12-0 next year. They could go 0-12. That helmet fucks. That
Oh, that's
helmet's
a great
amazing.
helmet. No, it's a
Yeah,
great
And
helmet.
that Miami, that helmet fucks. Arizona State is a team that has had great helmets. Like to me, if we're ranking the helmets, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, what
if
are we
we're
doing?
ranking the helmets, let's rank the helmets and not the program, because that's what people do. They rank the program.
So maybe this is where like I'm being a total girl here, but like I think there's even a difference. Like I would go even a level further. Like I think LSU has one of the best color schemes, if not the best color scheme in college football. But I wouldn't put their helmet number one. Like I go in like in depth with these things. There's iconic, there's best, there's best color combos, and I think LSU would take that if we were doing that.
I'll tell you what, LSU has the best. First of all, LSU has the best stadium. Okay, in the country.
midfield.
That's period. They have the best midfield logo by
Easily.
far. They have easily the best midfield logo, but they do too much on the helmets. They try to do too much. It's just summertime. You just rank the best of everything.
Yeah.
And then
No,
you
I,
go through
I
it.
I like Ohio State's helmets before they put the stickers on it. The stickers make it look like high school to me.
Before they put the stickers on, it's just a gray ass helmet.
It's just silver and
But
just
it's
we got
shiny,
scarlet
it's
stripe
shiny.
with a little black.
You
I'm
just
okay
like
with that.
shiny things. You just like gold jewelry.
Well, maybe every girl likes
Yeah.
shiny things.
Gold jewelry is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
UCF
right?
Citronaut. Great helmet. The little Citronaut.
Fist
Okay.
bump.
What about the rest of non-power five? We good on the helmets that we've called out so far?
I really like Wyoming and their color scheming. I love that stuff. I think
The cowboy.
Wyoming has one of the best end zones in the country.
Wyoming has a good everything.
Great brand, yes.
Yeah, good brand. Good
Mhm.
brand.
Really good brand.
I do like I do agree with LSU and their color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Some sneaky color schemes. I think Clemson does well with their color scheme, and I think Auburn does well with their color scheme.
Orange.
Clemson does well when they're not wearing the garbage purple jersey.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
That jersey.
Well, and as much as it pains me to say, the white Texas helmets with the orange Longhorn, those are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's an iconic helmet to me. Like the
Yeah,
Longhorn
definitely.
it's simple but classy.
But when the white helmet with like the orange Longhorn versus like I don't like when it's like the orange helmets.
yes.
I like the white helmets.
And TCU downgraded today with their jerseys.
Yeah, they're just plain Jane jerseys, huh?
It's so bland. That's not TCU at all.
But see,
No.
I still really like them though. I think they're slick. But I agree I like the horns though. The horns were unique and I thought they were very cool looking, but I still like what they did with the new ones. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I love the helmets. I just think I would have loved a pattern or something. It's just bland. Just a little basic.
Doesn't it feel like the Hypno Toad was just like a decade ago at this point?
Yeah. And know what I love when Andy Dalton was around those parts and he was wearing the TCU Rose Bowl helmet and the little toad had a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
rose in it.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
That was good.
I mean we need that era of helmets.
You
back.
stick a rose on a helmet, you got me. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Coming from somebody who hates the Rose Bowl.
No, I just think it's the most overrated piece of shit in
Well,
college football.
you're stupid. You know what,
No,
Brandon?
you're
I will
stupid.
Brandon, I will say that I think that I know we have literally the exact same color scheme, like down to the exact same color maroon. I think people give us too much shit. I think maroon is a fine color.
Well, we also not only have the same color scheme down to the exact thing. We're both provided by the same athletic apparel company, so we get the same shit. Like we went to Starkville in 2020. Mississippi State gave me a pair of Adidas Super Boost when I got there. A&M also gave me a pair of Adidas Super Boost. The exact same shoe.
Exact same shoe. Like
no difference. There's just gig 'em on the heel of one of them. That's all.
The A&M gear is a little bit nicer because we have more money.
That's not necessarily true.
It's
I
more
just said they were the exact
it's more
same shoe.
customized. Okay, it's more customized. A&M gear is usually more customized.
You're more customized.
Well, I went to A&M, so.
You guys gonna slide out to Omaha if you guys win tonight?
I'm gonna go if they're in the final series.
If they win tonight, that's a pretty big step. Omaha's set up. If you win your first 2 games, you're sitting fucking pretty.
This is where, and I hate to say it, and obviously you know this feeling, Ev doesn't, because Ev has won things in his lifetime. Like, you just can't get excited because, like, A&M can't give me anything nice. Like, when I do get excited, I get let down, and so I've decided if I don't get excited, good things may happen.
Yeah, if you ignore it long enough, it'll just
Right.
happen on its own. You won't have to worry about trying to get it over the line. It just gets there naturally. And then if you don't get excited and they don't do it, well, no big deal.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, and it's no secret that I'm not like some huge A&M baseball fan. Like, I pay attention when I need to. I'm a huge Aggie. So obviously I will be there if they're going to be in the final series. I just am not going to even give myself that option because then I'll just be upset.
I hate when people say, "Oh, Brandon, you're not even a Mississippi State baseball fan." No, I'm a Mississippi State anything fan.
Correct.
If they're playing any sport and they're doing well, I'm going to be there and hopefully they're going to win because I want Mississippi State to win at all things.
Right,
And
correct.
Maybe I'm just open-minded as fuck. I don't know.
No, this is the way I feel about it. I say this. That's what the biggest difference to me is between college and professional sports. At college, if you are a fan of that school, you went to that school, you graduated from that school, whatever, you are a fan of every single thing that school does. I am an Aggie, i.e., I am an Aggie baseball fan if they are winning the College World Series.
I always like to watch the final minute of a UCLA water polo national championship and act like I've won a title.
Oh, yeah.
Big Ev, you guys won women's hockey this year?
We've done well women's hockey. We've won a lot of archery, synchronized swimming. I mean, you name it. We've done the damn
We've
thing.
won a ton of track
Kayce.
and field.
Kayce,
What?
is the list out? I think the list is out.
What list?
The yearly national title list with the
Oh,
with
no,
like meat
no,
judging
don't
and
do
all
this
that.
to me.
Yeah,
Don't
find it.
do
We
this
gotta
to
find
me.
it.
Don't do this
No,
to
you
me.
guys, hold on. You guys didn't win meat judging this year, I don't think. I think there's a newcomer out in Texas that won meat judging.
No way.
but
We always win
need
meat
that-
judging.
Has A&M meat judging fell off?
No, we won
I
last
think
year.
so. I think there's like a satellite campus of A&M that won it.
Still counts as
I want
A&M.
Like Corpus Christi just rose up this year?
Or Galveston.
maybe it's even worse than that. It's like Texas A&M West Panhandle or something. It's like
No, no.
Can you find me the
Yeah, I
list?
found it.
All right,
No.
give me the list.
Okay.
It's a weird. When I say the team, we're gonna go through all the national champions. 'cause
Didn't we get like
all these
sheep
teams
judging,
deserve.
too? What did we get last
Huh?
year? We got meat judging and sheep.
It was all the judging. You guys were good at judging.
Go press the left to get to part 2.
Yeah. So here we go. Here are all the national champions. 2023-24 non-NCAA national championships presented by the Sickos Committee. Sickos Committee compiles this every year. So Baylor won acrobatics and tumbling. Florida won the national baking championship.
Hell yeah.
Baking, good
But
for
that
them.
shit was good.
Brass band. Anybody know who won brass band? James Madison University.
No,
Big
wouldn't have guessed that.
season for them. Big year for them.
Huge
they had
year.
a bowl game day, NCAA tournament, and then they won brass band national title. NC State. Here's an upset, I think. Cheese rolling.
NC
They
State?
got, no, they're good at dairy out there. They have really good ice
Yeah,
cream.
but
things.
better than
But
Wisconsin.
I was going to say Wisconsin. Even like Whitewater or something?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like Penn State's also really good at the ice cream game
Oh.
with the dairy program, so it
Casey,
makes sense.
you have a championship here, and it's an actual
Oh.
sport. I'll get to it in a minute. Missouri won the national chess championship.
Oh, heck yeah.
Kansas State won crop judging. Charlotte won men's disc golf, and Liberty won women's disc golf. The national champions for cricket, the Texas A&M Aggies.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm a big cricket fan. Everyone knows
big
that.
cricket gal.
Big time.
Michigan State won dodgeball.
That's awesome.
Army won. Army won handball Division 1. Pitt won handball Division 2. I don't know how that works, so don't ask. Hurling, which is that the Scottish hurling? Is that like the throwing the big thing?
It's like you almost have like a. It's like looks like a flat lacrosse stick made out of wood. I believe is hurling.
Is that hurling or curling that you're talking about?
Curling. I thought curling's like what Pete likes.
The
like
ice,
the
yeah.
ice.
Hurling, okay.
Hurling's
So
like it's
Purdue
like
won-
Irish kind of thing.
Purdue won hurling. Irish dance.
Notre
Dayton
Dame.
Flyers. Dayton
Wow.
Flyers won Irish dance. North Texas won marching snare.
Mean
Is
Green.
that just drumline? Marching snare. Prairie View A&M won musical theater. Temple won percussion ensemble. Ultimate D1. What is that? Is there a sport called Ultimate D1?
Ultimate Frisbee, maybe?
Okay, so there's Ultimate D1.
I thought
the
that was
men
disc
won by.
golf.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what Ultimate D1 is.
Sounds like a video game.
The men won by Brown. The women won by UNC. Ultimate D3 won by St. Olaf. Portland won Ultimate D3 in the women. University of Louisiana Raging Cajuns won the water ski. Men's wheelchair basketball, Wisconsin Whitewater. Women's wheelchair basketball, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now what? I need to go part 2.
We haven't gotten to meat judging yet.
Well, that's the back button.
I'm gonna be devastated if we didn't win meat judging.
You didn't win meat judging. I'm telling you.
It's a damn shame.
Come on, these are not right. Quarter scale tractor won again by NC State.
That makes
the
sense.
dare-
That makes sense.
The dairy department of the NC State's in Raleigh. That's a capital city.
Agriculture and stuff.
Yeah, they're big. They're big like agriculture and like farming school. I thought.
Acapella, Utah Valley. Ballroom dance, Minnesota. Curling, Wisconsin. Cybersecurity, UCF.
It's so weird.
Cybersecurity.
The Tennessee Volunteers have won dairy tasting.
Tasting.
Dairy tasting.
Dairy tasting.
In dinghy, which I guess is the little boat, Harvard won the men's, Stanford won the women's. Drone racing.
That's
Oh,
sick.
I already see meat judging, and you're going to be so mad.
Oh no.
Virginia Tech won drone racing. Financial planning. Any guesses?
Harvard.
Yale.
Close. Texas Tech.
What the fuck?
Texas won forensics AFA. Forensics NFA. Any guesses?
I don't even know what
Texas
that
sweep.
Western Kentucky.
Means. Huh.
Oh, the Hilltoppers.
Here's one I think we can get, guys. Who won Gaelic football national championship? Gaelic football.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame feels too obvious to say.
It is Notre Dame.
Okay.
Notre Dame. If I gave you 1,000,000 guesses, could you get who won hip hop dance?
Washington State.
Why?
I don't know, because if you said 1,000,000 guesses, so I did one that it
Yeah,
couldn't
Clemson.
be.
Casey,
Clemson.
you get 1,000,000 guesses. All right, Big F.
New Mexico.
Good guess. Good guess. BYU won hip hop dance.
Wow. So
BYU
I
won
hip-hop dance and
hip-hop?
Utah
But
Valley won ballroom dance.
Do you remember that clip with the BYU Cougar
Yes.
dancing with the?
Oh,
They're
with
phenomenal.
Cosmo, that
They're
makes
excellent.
sense. That
Excellent
makes sense.
dancers.
The
Uh,
Cougarettes.
Now hip hop dance Division 1A went to BYU. Hip hop dance Division 1 went to Weber State.
3 dancing
West
titles
Coast
for the
is-
state of Utah.
Utah is absolutely cooking in dance. I didn't know that Mormons could dance.
I didn't know that either. I didn't think
all
they were
they've got
allowed to
time for.
dance.
Maybe because they're not big drinkers. They got to drink. They got to dance sober. That takes skill.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I
They
guess
can't
you're
even
right.
have caffeine.
Kansas State won meat animal evaluation.
Yeah.
Is that being able to look at an animal and say, that meat's going to be good? Why are you nodding your head? You don't know. Okay.
I mean, I believe him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 meat judging national champions. Don't even know where this school is. West Texas A&M. West Texas A&M.
How did we lose to West Texas A&M?
Casey, if I was you, I would have just thrown up.
Technically, it's in the A&M system.
Oh,
No, I
West
don't know.
Texas A&M.
It's West Texas A&M. Where?
West Texas A&M makes it to the playoff in football a few years, right?
They're in Canyon, Texas. It is the northernmost campus of the Texas A&M University
See?
system.
That counts.
So
They should be North Texas A&M.
I feel like they make it to the playoffs in their division.
okay, just relax. Illinois State.
I'm taking that.
Illinois State won the Overwatch National Championship.
Wow, video games.
Embry-Riddle won the Paintball National Championship.
Hell yeah.
Pickleball.
Ugh.
The Virginia Cavaliers.
Yeah, it makes sense. Mouse X team won a sport that shouldn't exist.
Why do you hate pickleball so much,
Settle
Liam?
down.
I side with Jack Mack on pickleball.
What is Jack Mack's
what's
take
his
on that?
stance?
That sport is there's some money laundering sort of behind the scenes sketchy thing.
Oh, it's like the
going on.
mattress firm of
Potentially,
sports.
yeah. That thing ain't real. Nobody's having fun playing that. There's no way.
Oh, my dad loves pickleball.
We have
That's exactly what they wanted him to do.
Yep.
a second Ohio State National Championship.
Oh.
It's in pistol. So you guys got good pistol ears. Purdue won robotics. Georgia Southern won skeet shooting. And Kayce for $100. Last one. Is this only 2 parts? Because I would do a third part if we had one.
It's only
Just make sure.
unfortunate.
I want you to make sure.
Well, you
After I read this. Kayce for $100. Who won the skydiving national championship?
Ooh, skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma State.
Big F for $125. Who won the skydiving national championship?
Colorado State.
Oh, that's a good
Liam
one.
for $150. Who won the skydiving national championship?
Navy.
Kayce for $200.
Oh,
Who won the skydiving national championship?
Army.
God. The Big F for $250. Who won the skydiving national championship?
West Virginia.
How? For Liam for $300.
Mississippi State.
Who won the skydiving national championship?
Mississippi State.
Kayce for $400. Who won the skydiving national championship?
Is it supposed to be like an easy answer?
I have the guess that I feel like he's looking for this guess, but he doesn't
I'm
want
looking
to
for
give
the
us
right
money.
guess.
Air Force.
How did y'all say Army and Navy before you said Air Force?
Because I
That's
was
what-
going
I
to
was-
say Air Force,
that's
and
what I-
then Big F said Colorado State, so I didn't want
That
to
ain't
go
got
back
nothing
to
to do
the
with
state.
him.
I didn't
What
want to
he
go back
said-
to the state.
What he said ain't got nothing to do with you. Utah won 3 straight dancing. You don't think Air Force can win skydiving?
He said Colorado State, so I wanted to get away from the state of Colorado. I
you
made a
think
mistake.
that?
I made a mistake.
So when do I get the $400?
Darn.
I don't remember that. Air Force, your 2024.
My Venmo is
skydiving
open.
national champ. I have a question for you guys when it comes to college football.
Okay. I have an answer.
I saw, I think Big Game Boomer, which is one of the brightest minds in college football. The other day, he tweeted out a question. You know, often he does graphics and everything, but he tweeted out a question. I found it to be a fascinating question. He said, "Is Georgia football a blue blood? Is it a blue blood now? Has it been a blue blood? But the simple question, is Georgia a blue blood?" My answer is an emphatic no, they're not a blue blood. But it got my mind to racing. And the question is this. Since I, Brandon Walker, would much rather be a Georgia fan in 2024 than a fan of any blue blood, are there more national titles? I told you there was going to be a part 3.
Well, I found it.
I'm already started.
Yeah, we've already
Yeah,
started.
go finish.
Well, no, we got to listen. I told him I would read it. I'll start that segment over again in a minute. Florida won adaptive tennis. Navy won boxing national title.
You know
Army won the women's boxing title. Figure skating went to Delaware. Formula SAE (parentheses combustion) went to Illinois. iRacing NASCAR. Congratulations to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Makes sense. NASCAR, white guy sport. San Jose State won men's judo. Fresno State won women's judo. So, wow, that mid-California region good in the judo. There's no way there's a national jump roping champion.
Yeah.
jump rope for heart, baby.
Jump rope, North Carolina. Landscaping, BYU. Model UN, American. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
They
good
they
that won.
just chalk them up for it every year.
I think they got a 3-peat.
Good for them. We need American to be good at that. Quad ball, D1 and D2 go to Harvard and Cal. Tell me what quad ball is.
My first thought was Foursquare that you play in elementary school.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought,
maybe.
like box ball.
Okay.
That's pathetic if that's a college sport.
Quiz bowl goes to the University of Chicago. Soil judging.
Kansas.
Soil.
Kansas.
A&M.
Why? You keep saying Kansas. Virginia Tech.
that makes
Squash. Eat this joke, Brandon. Eat this joke. Penn. Penn wins men's squash.
Brandon
Eat that
Walker.
joke too, Brandon. Eat that joke too. And women's squash goes to Trinity. Synchronized swimming goes to Stanford. Stephen F. Austin won timber sports. Queens University won triathlon men. Colorado won triathlon women. Trumpet ensemble large goes to Texas Tech. Trumpet ensemble small goes to Houston. And we're going to do it again for $100. Big F. Who won? Weather forecasting.
Weather forecasting. Is it Air Force?
Now, do it now. It's just like you. Who won weather forecasting?
Colorado State.
Yes!
Damn it.
Okay. Now, take that. And I got to thinking, when he asked that question, is Georgia a blue blood? My answer is no. But I would rather be Georgia right now entering 2024 than almost any blue blood in the country. Well, than any blue blood in the country. I'd rather be them than Alabama entering this season. I'd rather be them than Michigan entering this season. This one might be some controversy on the show because we got a fan here, but I'd rather be them than Ohio State. I just think they're going to be the best team in the country this year. They've won 2 out of the last 3 national titles. I'd rather be Georgia. So my question, Big Ev, is this. Knowing that you come from one, does it matter being a blue blood? Does being a blue blood matter in the year of our Lord 2024 in college football?
It's a complicated answer, but I think the grand scheme answer is no. The only reason I would say maybe it does matter is because I will admit in certain situations they will get the benefit of the doubt in playoffs and seeding and things like that. But other than that, which is a big deal, so that's why I felt it was necessary to say, I would say clearly no, because I mean Clemson won a great run. They were not a blue blood. Georgia's on one right now. They're not a blue blood. So my overall answer would be no. But I think it can help in some situations to be one.
I think out of the last 25 years, non-blue bloods have won more than blue bloods. And really, Alabama's carrying a lot of water for the blue bloods in this scenario. Because in the last 30 years, you know, Florida State's won 2 or 3. They're not one. Florida's won 2 or 3. They're not one. Tennessee won 1. They're not one. LSU won 3. They're borderline, but I would say they're not one. And then, of course, you know, Ohio State won a couple. Michigan won 1 last year. Alabama, Texas won 1 in there. So there's I just think in 2024, the only thing that matters is how attractive you can make yourself to players and how much money you can raise to get them. Those are the 2 things that matter first and foremost. And there are new bloods doing that just as well as any blue blood in the world. And I think we hold on to this antiquated idea of blue blood to make teams like Nebraska feel special, to make teams like Michigan before last year when they obviously earned it to feel special. I just don't know if being a blue blood in college football means a goddamn thing anymore, Kayce.
I don't think that it does, and I would guarantee you that I would say probably 95%, if not even higher, of high school recruits right now, they probably wouldn't even know what blue blood means. Like if you went
that's an outstanding point.
If you went to a high school right now and you said, "Hey, name the blue bloods in college football," I guarantee you that no one would know that answer because that's not the way that they view it anymore. I think it's not only an antiquated thought, I think it's also for media to talk about and then older college football fans that were used to hearing it so often. But I don't think that it matters at all to the point where I don't think anybody even talks about it outside of people with microphones in front of their face.
I don't think there's that many anyway. I think there's probably 6 to 8. You know, Michigan and Ohio State from the Big Ten, obviously. I believe Alabama is one. Notre Dame is one. Texas is one. That's 5. I think USC is one. That's 6. Nebraska is still holding on to this hope and idea that they are one. If you can lose that status, they have lost it. If not, then they whatever. But Oklahoma is one. And I guess that I'm missing somebody obvious, and I apologize to the
Miami?
Actually, I don't. No, they're not one. They were new money back in the 80s and then did it again, but they're certainly not a blue blood. I think Ohio State, Michigan for sure. Penn State probably gets kind of close. Oklahoma for sure. Texas for sure. USC
Dame.
for sure. Notre Dame for sure. And Alabama. And that's the weird part because the most dominant conference in the country over the last 25 years. I don't think LSU is a blue blood. I don't think Georgia's a blue blood. Tennessee, you could make an argument that they were, but I think they would be borderline at best. But nowadays, like, look at the top 10 coming into the season. You got some blue bloods, sure. Alabama's there. Ohio State's there. Michigan's around it. Notre Dame's around it. But, you
Texas.
know, who's spending NIL money smarter and better than Ole Miss? Nobody. Who's spending money in NIL better than Missouri and going 10-2 last year? Nobody. I just don't know that it's a reservation, but it is not a guaranteed seat at the table, and I don't know when the last time it was.
I do agree with Ev, though, that you do get the benefit of the doubt with the
No.
branding.
I wanted to mention this, too. That was a great point by him. I gave you a point when you said a great point. That was a great point by him because we just saw it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama got the benefit of the doubt over Florida State. Like, that happened, and that was a name. So I cut you off. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, because we talk about it all the time, where if it's like, you know, when TCU was in it, and we talk about how big of a deal it would have been if they were in like the Longhorn uniforms or the Oklahoma uniforms, but because it was TCU, they got treated a little bit differently because their branding isn't as big. And that's not, to me, it's not necessarily just being a blue blood. It's also just the biggest brands too, which then turns into the age of social media and like what these kids care about, which is exposure via social media, via TV. And just being a blue blood doesn't guarantee that anymore. So I do agree with that, but that's more the bigger picture is a brand. Like, who are the biggest brands, and then who can also spend the most money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the history is there with Alabama and Notre Dame and Michigan and all that. But if you hire the right coach in this day and age who has the right people around him and gets the right money going, you can be Clemson and crash the party like they did over the last 10 years. You can be Georgia and sit on top of the mountain like they did 2 years ago and they're trying to get back to now. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people get in this trap, like college football, it's the same teams every year. Well, no. The last 2 years, Washington and TCU have both played for a national title. This is probably the most available a spot at the table has ever been for teams that aren't usually at the table, and I think that's an exciting time in college football. Now, you obviously have the subplots. Anytime Texas is getting around being good again, anytime Nebraska even sniffs a little bit of nice air, you think, oh, are they back? Are they back? Well, we'll see. And you don't get that. Like when Boston College is good, you don't get like, oh, here we go again. Boston College is back. You just say, man, Boston College has a nice little team this year, and then you dismiss them pretty quickly. But I don't know. I just think that's people like to put stock in it so much. And it's something that people are wasting their breath because I don't think it matters one goddamn bit. Like Ohio State's a great example. Ohio State's a blue blood. They are somebody whose roots run deep. But what they have in 2024 really has nothing to do with those roots. It has to do with their ability over the last 20 years to maintain, to be one of the top recruiters in the country. That's their blue blood status. Just them being able to recruit the best players every single year.
Well, and like I said, I highly doubt that any coaches are going into these living rooms and using being a blue blood school as like their number one selling point. Obviously, you bring up the rich tradition of winning. Like if you're going in to recruit to Alabama without Nick Saban, you're obviously going to talk about Nick Saban, but they're not saying to like a 16-year-old kid, hey, we're one of the blue bloods. Because I don't think those kids give a shit or even know what it means. But I do think that from a media standpoint, we're going to hold on to it as long as we can because it's the history of the sport. But now with the 12-team playoff, which again, I say till I die, I love the expansion of the playoff, but having seats at those tables, it matters so much more now because to be cliche, on any given Saturday, these teams can be upset where with just 4 teams, you did normally say like, oh, it's going to be the blue bloods. And then like a random team like LSU, it's going to upset the apple cart. But now it's like, well, there's not 12 blue bloods. So we're going to get new blood regardless.
Yeah. Now, when you
go ahead.
I was saying, when you say like a blue blood, do you guys take it in as like blue bloods are sacred, like they cannot change? Or do you believe there can be like long sustained winning that you can essentially win your way into being a blue blood over a very long period of time?
I believe that the way you tell a blue blood is if their fan base believe it is their divine birthright to be at the top of college football. Like Alabama fans believe they were put on this earth to root for the best program in college football because God and Bear Bryant once deemed it so. They believe that. Michigan fans believe last year was a long-awaited coronation as the king returns to its throne, right? Ohio State fans believe in their heart that a top 5 without Ohio State is not right. It's anti-American. It's not. They can't fathom a world. Whereas if you are an Oklahoma State fan and you're number 4 one year, and the next year you're number 16, you're like, oh well, okay, we're number 16. It doesn't really change anything. To me, Blue Blood is about the roots and the mindset of a fan base that is rooted in generations of success.
Well, then using that criteria, you have to put Tennessee in there.
I don't think you do.
Tennessee.
They got 3 national titles, and when the last one before '98 was 1939.
If it's a mindset of a fan base, I mean, when Tennessee.
Well, those guys, no. I
think you're confusing his delusion with just
Correct.
pure like
Tennessee fans who believe it are just being delusional.
But when they say it feels like 98, college football's better when Tennessee's at the top, like that to me. I'm not saying that they are a blue blood. I'm saying that with that rationale, you have to put Tennessee up there.
Well, they have one,
Also, Peyton Manning being a part of it just makes it feel more blue bloody.
When a team comes out and they have the video board saying, it goes back to way back through the years when we were farmers in the dirt, and then here came Alabama football. And then you got 1912 national title, 1938 national title, 1945 national title, 1962 national title, 1971. Tennessee goes from the year Wizard of Oz was made to the year that fucking Titanic was in theaters, right? Like there's no binding agent there of saying, look, we've been great through the years. There's titles they heard about in history books that are old black and white, and then there's a title some of them saw 25 years ago.
I would take
Tennessee,
a title.
great, like Tennessee and LSU, great examples. LSU more so. LSU to me is not a traditional dyed-in-the-wool blue blood. But over the last 30 years, I'd rather be LSU than most teams. I mean,
sure.
LSU is a new blood, and they've always been pretty good. But they were never USC or Alabama or Michigan. LSU, I'd rather be LSU right now than Michigan. And I know that Michigan just won one, but hell, you go back 25 years, LSU's won 3 with 3 different coaches. They're always like right around the corner from winning one. Yes, you look like you're about to say something.
Oh, no, I was not.
Good.
I would like it on record that if A&M ever wins a national title, I will absolutely be talking about the one they won in 1939 as well. Like you think that I wouldn't? You would do the same thing.
Why are you hollering at me?
Well, you wouldn't know it because you guys haven't ever won one, right?
Does it matter? Like,
yes.
You haven't won one either. If both our teams are standing there and one of our teams won the national title in 1939 and one of them never won it, guess what? They've both never won it.
No, that's not true. On the side of Kyle Field, no. On the side of Kyle Field, it says 1939. I'm just saying.
That's great. They could have painted anything up there. They could have painted anything. A 1939 national title doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
No, it doesn't. But I'm saying if they win again, well, actually it does because we've won one. But if they win again, I'm absolutely.
Who was your favorite player? Who was your favorite player on the 1939 Texas A&M Aggies? I'm not trying to make fun of you, but this is the point.
The 12th man.
Huh?
The 12th man.
There you go. Wow. Okay. There we go.
You should have made up a fake name. He wouldn't know the difference.
That's a good point.
Oh, Billy Joe Nelson was slinging the rock.
Yeah, and back then
in '39.
You just have to have a nickname and then a weird last name like Shotgun McGillicuddy, and I would have been like,
oh, that's a sick name.
Honestly, that's wow.
Shotgun McGillicuddy. I'm gonna look this up at the.
Oh, that'd be so good for a Road to Glory. Too bad that.
Shotgun McGillicuddy. You guys can have it.
That's
you know there are some hardcore Aggie fans right now that are pissed at me for not knowing.
Or like Potato Pie Peterson or something. Just names like that.
Oh, John Kimbrough. I know him.
No, you don't. He's been dead for years.
Yeah, no, because they always have him on the highlights. Of course, I know John Kimbrough. Shame on me. Shame.
Yes, Big F.
Did you come up with Shotgun McGillicuddy off the top?
Oh yeah, off the dome, buddy.
I want to give you credit. That was exceptional. That should be Notre Dame's next quarterback.
Can I talk to you about something that's been bothering the piss out of me?
Me?
Yeah.
Please.
You motherfuckers, and I bet Travi's behind it, but y'all will do these TikToks in New York.
We do.
And it'll be 3 y'all on a couch, and it'll say, "Don't speak till you see a player better than this." And you motherfuckers had Aaron Rodgers.
We
right?
did.
Don't speak until you see a player better than Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson comes up, nobody talks. Phillip Rivers comes up, nobody talks. Kirk Cousins comes up, nobody talks. Eli Manning comes up. And these motherfuckers talked. Are you kidding me? Are you motherfuckers kidding me?
Well, Brent, I want to say if you're not, I know you can see me right now. Do you see with the logo that's on my hat currently?
That's what reminded me of it.
Did you see the three gentlemen that I believe all three were doing that video, or at least two of us?
Can't you be honest, though? Do you have to be homers all the time? Because you did the same goddamn thing with basketball when you said that Jalen Brunson was better than, like, James Harden. Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me tell you something. I'll speak strictly on Eli Manning on this. I would get down on my hands and knees and kiss Eli Manning's toes right now. The happiness and joy that man – I know he's an Ole Miss guy. That doesn't mean anything to me. The happiness and joy that man has brought me in my life, he can do no wrong.
He's a 500 quarterback whose defense won.
but he
two
beat
Super
Tom
Bowls.
Brady.
He slayed the dragon
beating
twice.
Tom Brady twice.
2 Super Bowl MVPs.
I honestly don't think that's crazy. Like, I understand Aaron Rodgers is an incredible.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
DJ Stroud said he'd rather have Eli's career.
And
than
that's
Aaron.
why he's my quarterback. That's my guy.
He's
Through
just
and
saying
through.
that.
No, I don't
Through and
think.
through.
Why would you not want Eli's?
No, he was
career?
asked whose career would you rather
Right.
have. He's not a selfish guy. He'd rather win 2 Super Bowls.
Obviously.
I assure you, and I don't know their career earnings. I really don't. But I'm guessing Aaron Rodgers has earned more than Eli.
For sure, I would think.
Especially
for
considering
sure. He's still playing.
earning in the era where quarterbacks make more than they've ever made. So I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers is going to end up like 200 mil clear of Eli Manning, maybe 100
Well,
mil.
Eli's also,
over 100 probably.
Yeah.
Probably fair. yeah.
Eli's also getting that broadcaster money though. That's not
It's true.
That's
Yeah,
not.
what was that? $1 million a year, $2 million a year?
No.
Like,
And didn't they,
and
aren't they paying Tom Brady like $200 million?
But Brady's
Yeah,
doing like
but-
the main broadcast.
plus,
A lot
Aaron
different than
Rodgers
what-
is going to be the vice president soon, so he's going to have plenty of money.
Well, then he's going to take a massive pay cut.
RFK Jr. Rodgers to the moon.
Yeah. Before we move on, Brandon, speaking of money,
Go
have you
ahead.
been checking your Rocket Money account? Have you been seeing?
No,
where
but I'm about to
You're
right
about
now.
to do it right now. So if you're listening to this podcast for the first time or the millionth time, you know we love Rocket Money. It keeps you in check, Ev. And these unwanted subscriptions, I do it all the time. I still find I was going. You know what I applied to do? I got a WNBA League Pass the other day.
Okay.
Never thought
Are you that deep in it?
Oh, I'm so deep in it. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I quite literally watch every single second of the Indiana Fever games, and I was pissed when they were like, you have to buy the WNBA League Pass. I was like, well, fine, fuck it. I'll subscribe to it right now. But I guarantee you, once the season is over, I'm going to forget, and I'm going to keep paying for the WNBA League Pass, which I have zero business watching if the Indiana Fever aren't playing. Rocket Money will help remind me that once that season is over, I should cancel that. No offense to anybody else, but I don't care about anybody other than Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Rocket Money is going to tell me I should cancel that subscription.
I mean, I've probably subscribed to ESPN Plus like 3 times. Boom, they help me out.
Yeah,
you only need one.
Yeah,
take those away.
And they do it for you. So if you go on there and you say, "Hey, I don't want to use this anymore," you don't have to like go through all like the leaps and bounds to do it. They do it for you. And also, they keep you on track with your budget. You have full control over all of those things on Rocket Money, and they've helped over 5 million users, and they've saved $500 million in canceled subscriptions. That is a lot of money, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/rough. That's rocketmoney.com/rough. rocketmoney.com/rough. Brandon, how's your account looking?
It's fine, but Big Av brought up a point I wanted to hit there. ESPN.com does a fantastic job making you think you're not subscribed.
Yes.
Oh,
It never keeps you. It never keeps you logged in. You think you're logged in. You click on an article, and then it says, "You can read this article for $9 a month." I already pay $9 a month, and then they do a great job making you frustrated as fuck.
And on
It's
the-
it might be the worst. It's the worst of all time.
and it logs you out on the app, like streaming wise, at like so often that you have to go in and like redo it, and then they're like, well, actually, your cable provider is not working. It's like bullshit. Yes, it is. I hate the ESPN app. ESPN
Then they
Plus,
also-
all of it.
They also do that thing saying, "Oh, this password's not right.
Yes.
Reset your password." And you go to reset your password, and you put your new password, and then it says, "Oh, it can't be the same as your last password." Well, goddamn it!
That's a whole debacle that I thought was like, I didn't know so many people had that issue.
Everybody has
Everybody.
that issue.
It's so
Constantly.
annoying. God, it's annoying.
I didn't forget my password.
I had a news story I wanted to ask Big Ev about, and it might have happened over a week ago. I don't know. Did Ryan Day allegedly cuss out a recruiting staff member who left for Michigan?
I mean, if he did, he probably should have. I agree with that notion.
Does anybody else see this story
Yes,
that there was
I did.
a recruiting staffer?
And
First
it was
of
a
all, Ohio
woman.
State's had a weird number of people leave for Michigan this offseason. But anyway, I don't know if it was a man or
It
if
was
it
a
was a
woman.
woman.
It was a woman.
That's fine. I don't know if it was a man or if it was a woman, but I want to say this. If that happened, if Ryan Day, a professional coach who makes millions of dollars, cussed out a random recruiting staff member because that person had the gall to take a job at another school, then I say this. Good for fucking Ryan Day. Fuck that motherfucker, all right? This is college football. I'm paying you to do a job, and you're going to leave and go to those pieces of shit up north? And if you're at Florida State, you're going to go down to Florida, and if you're at Texas, you're going to go to Oklahoma? Fuck that, all right? We got rivalries for a reason. What the fuck? You're going to take my paycheck and use it to move your ass to Ann Arbor? Fuck you. Get the fuck out. Good for you, Ryan Day.
I mean, just it's disgusting.
Her name
It's
is Erin.
There's no
disgusting.
loyalty,
Erin
no
Dunstan.
everything's about Michigan offered you 50 cents more. You just walk. All right, leave. Go ahead. Bye.
Yeah.
Smell you.
Get the fuck out. That's probably what he said. Probably get the fuck out. Because, and I'll say this about the transfer portal, because it's happening more and more. These people aren't built like me, all right? In no way ever could I transfer, and this is not a shot at Ole Miss. It's not. It's not. But in the rivalry scheme, there's us and there's them. I don't know how you transfer from us to them. Whether you're at Alabama and you go to Auburn, you're Georgia, you go to Florida, you're Ohio State, you go to Michigan. How does that happen? How do you have 129 choices and you choose the arch rival? Anybody? Am I the only one?
No,
No,
I mean,
Brandon-
the sanctity of the sport and the rivalries has been lost to so many. They don't have that same fire, fuel, passion that we have.
But
we
we-
care about way more, and it's disgusting. that
Disgusting.
money
I
talks.
do agree with the rivalry thing, and also this is unfortunately this is the case. If it was a man, it wouldn't be a big story, and you know that's true. Like I can say that.
I don't think it should be a big story regardless.
but like, if
whatever.
it's-
Feels like a complete nothing.
It's just-
burger
I mean,
story.
Ryan
Like,
Day's
it
just-
happens hundreds of times a month. Like,
Ryan Day
is what it
cusses
is.
out women and old people.
I mean,
Who
it's
holds?
sorry for
Boy, yeah,
sorry Ryan Day is so not sexist. He treats women just like men.
I mean,
sorry.
no,
He
here's
hates-
the
Sorry,
it's
thing.
like 10 cu- it's
sorry,
like
he
10
doesn't
cup.
treat them with kid gloves.
He hates old people, kids, and dogs.
Like he chooses to go after Lou Holtz, who was definitely asleep for hours by
Also,
the time that game ended.
Lou Holtz took a shot at him first. Took a shot
He
at us
did.
first.
He did.
But
Have
it's
you
People,
ever-
why do
listen.
we hold on? I'm glad you brought that up because why do we keep acting like Ryan Day just out of left field just was like fuck Lou Holtz?
Wait, it's
Lou
more of
Holtz
like-
Why do we
said on-
also act like? Why don't we also act like Lou Holtz is defenseless? Like Lou Holtz know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, but-
This man got on national television and said, "You and your team are soft."
But here's the
Yeah.
thing.
And then we went
What's
into his
wrong?
house and packed it up his ass, and he said, "You know what? Fuck you, Lou Holtz. This team is tough."
I don't think it was as impressive of a win to go and do that.
correct,
still went-
100%.
Point, like, what do you
Won,
mean
I
they-
understand,
Oh
but
no!
no,
Now top 10 wins on the road aren't
No,
impressive
no,
anymore.
No, it's
I
more
mean
of like,
that was a bad football game.
And
It
also-
did not-
Oh, sorry,
If you
low.
call
I guess
a
low.
team soft. If you call a team soft the week they're playing your team and they come in and beat your team, that team can tell you to shut the fuck up.
And
They
hold you to
can,
four, and hold you
but
to
here's-
14 points.
Here's the thing, like and I know it's a cliche that we all hate, like living rent free. Like he absolutely had the right to go back to back at Lou Holtz. Not in that moment though. Like you just won a huge game, and you're using your sideline interview where you should be talking about the win to ask where Lou Holtz is. Lou Holtz is asleep. Like
That
Well,
was
well,
my
then-
issue.
But if Lou Holtz
Like,
is asleep, then he should shut the fuck up when he was asked about it on Tuesday or whatever day it was.
Ryan Day hates
I
women
don't
and,
know.
men
Open
and
your
old
mouth.
men.
you
Just
win
saying.
such a big game like that, and you choose to go after Holtz. Like,
Yeah, fuck him.
I
Yeah,
didn't think it's the
exactly.
whole thing, like you said elsewhere, you in the press conference on the field.
Yeah,
I know it's
exactly.
weird.
he certainly didn't have a problem talking about us before the game.
Thank you.
It's just proving that he's bothering you. It's like going after
yeah,
like
like-
the internet commenters.
That's,
Yes,
no,
you
no, no.
can't you
Petty.
can't talk about your mentality and how you're also tough like that, and then go and
be like,
oh,
"Where's
this
Lou
was
Holtz?"
really gnawing at me. Like, come on, just
You just want like he was standing on the sidelines, knowing fully well that if they won, he was going to go after Lou Holtz. Like that's a soft move.
No,
yeah,
no, no,
like,
no.
I understand
Also,
it from
it's
both
a,
perspectives.
He became the face of comments that people had been making all off season, the last like 2 years, and it all had bottled up into he got on ESPN and said that in front of millions or whoever. So he became like the face of it. He was the most notable name that said something that strongly where no one had just came out point blank at his stature and was like, this team is soft, this and that. And then you go in there and win, yeah, I'm going to say, fuck you. If you're going to cry about it after, then don't say it.
At the end of the day, was he even wrong?
I would say, yeah, he was.
I mean,
Because if they would have beat us. If not,
I don't think Ohio State was a soft football team last year. I think they were not as hard as Michigan, but I don't think they were a soft team.
And that's what they gotta be hard on. They gotta be hard.
Well, they probably will be this time. All right. What else we got? I had a couple other things written down here to discuss as we march forward in college football. Let's see. Les Miles is suing LSU, claiming the school's decision to vacate his wins as a head coach cost him the chance for College Football Hall of Fame qualification. I'm just going to go ahead and say, not a big deal. If it was Les Miles, shut the fuck up.
yes. I mean, whatever. Like, it's a non-story to me. You know, like,
you know what? I don't care about his record, but if Mike Leach can't get in the Hall of Fame, there's no chance we need to put Les Miles in the fucking Hall of Fame. No. Pass.
Les Miles won a national championship.
Don't care. So did Gene Chizik. You think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
No, I sure don't.
You think Ed Orgeron's going to the Hall of Fame? Ed Orgeron's probably got a better case than Gene Chizik, but no.
No,
Pass.
no. I also just like, I don't know, man. Like, keep it to yourself. Like, I understand, like, once the lawsuits like go public, like whatever. Like, I don't give a shit about him in the Hall of Fame. Do you?
Yeah.
I also think if you really peel back on the Les Miles tenure at LSU, I think you're going to find some unpleasant business, man. There's just some shit there that just you ain't going to want. Like, Les Miles should just take the money he got from LSU and ride off into the sunset.
I completely agree with that. I don't know. Like, I understand there's like an ego built into like when you're a college coach of that stature. I mean, really anybody, like you want like your flowers. But if you know that the shady shit was going on, which clearly it was, and then you had issues again when you went to Kansas, like just shut up, man. Take the money and go away. Like, who cares? Who actually cares about the College Football Hall of Fame to the degree where they want to like open that book back up again? I wouldn't.
Also, Mike Leach should be in the Hall of Fame. Yes.
The Hall of Fame that we were just trashing the other week.
Mhm.
Right?
And we're going to continue trashing it. I haven't even trashed it to the level I'm going to trash it yet. I'm really going to pick it
I
apart
like
one day.
that. What will Les Miles be remembered most for? The national championship, his tenure at Kansas, or naming his daughter Smacker?
Have a nice day.
Eating grass.
Eating grass is a good one.
Eating grass.
Also, he has, I think, maybe the greatest college football gif of all time. I don't know if LSU Freak did it, but it's him like ending a press conference and like doing the wink in the gun or something.
Yeah.
That might be what he's known for, because I think of Les Miles, I immediately think of that.
All right, put him in the Hall of Fame.
No, he.
Okay.
Also,
If we have a college football meme Hall of Fame, he's in.
oh,
First
for
ballot.
sure.
We got a meme Hall.
the-
Who's in the like Spurrier's in the meme Hall of Fame?
Definitely. Nick Saban.
Saban's probably in.
Oh, when, like-
Dabo's the first.
Dabo.
Yeah,
first
Dabo's
Yeah.
he's like the
Dabo's got
he,
the game
he
worn
likes to
gloves.
choose whoever else gets in.
Like
We might call it the Dabo Sweeney College Football Meme Hall of Fame.
Mac Brown has some like dancing in the locker room that went pretty viral.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jimbo's had some pretty good ones.
Yeah, we could put that thing together soon.
Oh, yeah.
Lane would be a good one.
Lane's working on his resume, but I think he's got a real good chance.
I mean, even Saban just yelling at Maria Taylor alone. Like,
That's what I was gonna say, the
so
quit asking. Quit
yeah,
asking.
like that alone is
Not going to, so quit asking.
That still bothers me to this day. It wasn't her fault. You were too big of a coward to say that Tua was your best quarterback. Okay, everybody knew it, and you were too big of a fucking pussy to do it. And then she asked a legitimate question. You act like it's her fault. Saban's kind of a piece of shit. But anyway, what else we got here?
Oh, well, this is a nice little transition into an internet rumor, but Dion would be in the GIF Hall of Fame.
Yeah. What do you think about this? These players that have transferred out saying that they're playing daddy ball at Colorado, and there was a Lil Wayne concert that Shador was opening up for, and it was mandatory that all the players go. What are you buying stock in this story?
I think that there's probably some dramatic additions to this. One, everyone knows they're playing daddy ball there. Like, why would that even remotely be a surprise? So, like to me, if you're a transfer or you're a player at Colorado and you're surprised that Dion likes his sons more than everybody else, like, I don't know what to fuck tell you. Like, open your eyes. I don't know if he would have said, like, I'm going to cut you from the team if you don't go to a Lil Wayne concert. That seems a little dramatic to me.
I feel like it might have been one of those scenarios where obviously it was not mandatory, but maybe let's say attendance was taken, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. It was a little
Not mandatory,
what's the
but
what's the gift
why
from the
weren't you
office?
there?
Like it's like
Yeah.
like a little the Ronnie like season like scribble
Yeah,
on the
but-
like we okay.
And
You weren't
maybe-
there.
Like Ev, I know you are a massive Lil Wayne fan, just like I am. Like I also don't. It'd be different if he was like making them go to like some like horrible event. Like who's not wanting to go to a Lil Wayne concert?
Also, even when I first saw the story, it was portrayed to me as just Shadur Sanders' concert.
That would be different. But he was opening up for Lil Wayne.
It's still, to me, the effect is similar, but I agree with you that
It's
at
not
least
like
it's
they were,
a
like,
cool
forcing
thing.
them
You would think like most young, like 20-ish-year-olds would want to go to a free Lil Wayne concert.
Correct.
Then I'm assuming you're going to be like VIP-ish at.
Correct.
Nah,
So-
not when you're there at Colorado to focus on one thing, and that's football. Worried about ball, ain't worried about the concerts.
When people act surprised that Dion shows Shador favor, I'm like, what? Have you just not had your eyes open a single second? Like, I don't understand why that's a shock to anybody. But it feels like to me, it's one of those like, oh, we're gonna trash on Colorado on our way out, and like, what can we do to say that sounds ridiculous? To be honest, if a Lil Wayne concert was mandatory and you're pissed that you had to go to a Lil Wayne concert, I don't know what to tell you. You don't sound like very much fun to me.
I agree.
You have anybody else to tell us about as far as companies that are
Oh,
great?
Yes, I do. Nutrafol, Brandon. One of the things that I complained the most about postpartum was losing hair at a rapid rate. Nutrafol helped me so much because it's a full body vitamin that also helps you with different types of situations, regardless of what you're dealing with. Obviously, mine was postpartum, but it helps a lot with any type of hair situation. And whether it's, you're wearing a hat that like constantly rubs up against your hair, or the sun is affecting your scalp. Obviously, right now, everybody's out in the sun. Things happen. This vitamin helps that completely, and it helps with stronger, thicker, and faster growing hair with less shedding, which is very, very important. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand. And like I said, for me, it was having a baby. For other people, it's just naturally like aging, weather conditions, whatever. Nutrafol helps with all of it. So take the first step towards achieving your hair growth goals. And for a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter the promo code UR. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. That's Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, promo code UR. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code UR. And I mean, as a podcast that has some pretty phenomenal hair, we're all about thick, luscious hair, right, Liam?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, listen.
Just put the Kool-Aid Man.
I commented on Liam's hair the first time I ever met him in person. Like I feel like we're a great hair podcast, and Nutrafol's been helping me out. So, jump
You
on.
got a little FOMO when we talk about the great hair.
So much. I miss it every day.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
you have clamored for it. You have demanded it. You have absolutely torn the internet up for it. Ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't even know it's coming. So we'll see what we get. It is the Liam Blutman Minute. Take it away, Liam Blutman.
Brian Walker,
Hi.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
How many wins for Indiana?
Indiana this season. New coach.
Coach Sig, gotta love him.
5.
5? Brand. What if I told you they might just open up this season 6 or 7-0?
Whoa.
Really? Really?
FIU.
Yep.
Win.
Okay.
Western Illinois.
Win.
At UCLA.
50-50
50-50 in a ball game that they could win on a Friday night, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Charlotte.
3-1.
All
at
right.
least.
Maryland at home.
4.
All right. At Northwestern.
Let's say 5.
Nebraska at home.
Could be 6.
And then it's Washington at home.
Gets a little tougher after that.
Yep. And then it's like Washington. at
So tell me
Michigan
about the
State, maybe.
personnel. How good are we?
Well, for starters, Coach Sig,
Mhm.
incredible coach, and
Yeah.
he's really gonna get going. And I can't wait to see what he could do at Indiana. And it all starts with quarterback. And who did they get? The Maple Missile from Ohio, Curtis Rourke. Well, he's from Canada, Oakville, Ontario, to be exact. Love Curtis Rourke. Precise passer. As long as that fella figures out the ACL leg injuries he's had in past years, he'll be chilling. And people are going to love this guy and love to see what he could do in a really potent offense because they've got playmakers at receiver too. How about a Miles Price coming over from Texas Tech? How about Miles Cross coming over from Ohio? Mr. Elijah Surratt's coming in too, and they've got other guys like E.J. Williams and Donovan McCulley, and everyone loves McCulley, and they've got dudes in the receiving room, and Coach Sig gets a lot out of their offense, and now you've got, let's say it like it is, a primetime performer in Curtis Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
Great googly moogly. The Indiana Hoosiers are good. And of course, like, you're gonna figure it out on defense too. I've heard good things about Amari Farrell and like D'Angelo Pons coming in. They've got some dudes on defense. CJ West. But yeah, they in the schedule. Like I said, the beginning of the schedule is very favorable.
Good. I like this.
Yeah,
I like this. Passionate about the Indiana Hoosiers.
nobody's high on the Indiana Hoosiers except for two groups of people: Indiana fans, 9-Windiana, they like to say, and Liam Blutman. The Indiana Hoosiers are good at football, and Curtis Rourke, hopefully he's an NFL quarterback. His brother is. His brother's in the league, also went to Ohio at first. Nathan, that fellow needs to be starting quarterback in the NFL. That's an issue that he's not. One of the best little stops that the CFL's ever seen when he was with the BC Lions. Curtis Rourke is dang good too. The Rourkes are excellent quarterbacks. Oakville, Ontario, be proud of these guys.
Of the Indiana Hoosiers. Or the
and
Rourkes.
of the Rourkes.
Okay.
His brother's name, Nathan, his nickname was Air Canada. And
Are
now
you
you've
ready-
got the Maple Missile.
Are you ready to go on, you ready to go on record with 9-Windiana?
Let me count up.
Because you had 7.
1,
We just
2, 3.
we had-
I'm giving them the win against UCLA. 4, 5, 6, 7. They start 7-0, and then I love Michigan State too. I love Ian Childs and Jonathan Smith, so that's tough. 8 because they'll beat Purdue. Oh, and then you're down to Washington, Michigan State, Michigan, and Ohio State to find 9-Windiana. That's tough.
Now,
That's tough.
question.
I'll go 8.
Question. If they go 8-4, then they win the Music City Bowl against Kentucky. Is that 9-Windiana?
It doesn't hit the same. You really got to do in the regular season. 8 Indiana.
8 Indiana. That doesn't really fit as much.
Yeah.
All right. We good?
What
Yeah.
about 7 Indiana?
Big 12.
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah, but they're going to get the 7 so quick.
I don't. Do you care about the
I just worry that it might dip into
Sponsorship?
other conferences. Like, I don't want, like,
the All-State Big 12? That's what
I
we
don't
are-
care
that's what-
about
the
that at
Hilton
all.
Big 10 or something.
I think Big 10 can do better than Hilton.
I don't know. I just thought of it.
The-
They got a
Like
lot
the
of
Pepsi Big 10?
Everything is a business now. I mean,
Yeah,
Which I don't mind that, but college football's always been a business. But I just
because like soon enough, it's gonna trickle down, and you're gonna have like the players are gonna be wearing
hey,
their last names are gonna be a company,
it's okay.
and that gets a little bit ridiculous. No, like a quarterback of like name a college.
Clemson.
Okay, the quarterback Clemson's gonna be wearing Mountain Dew on the back of his jersey, and I just feel like that's an issue, and we're gonna get there way quicker than you think.
All right. So that's all on our end. I don't know if you guys have any more.
no, I will say with the All-State thing, they better not call it like the All-State 12. Like, it needs to be like the Big 12 presented by All-State. Like, if you're gonna do this, don't have shit names.
I think
Yeah.
what you said first is going to be what it is. That's
All
what it
State
sounds
12?
like. Yes, that's what
That's
it sounds
shit.
like.
Now that I have a
From
problem
everything I
with.
read, that's what it sounds like it would be.
Like,
They
that-
don't
like,
want
it's
the
like-
big. It would not be like they would take the big out of it.
Like, you know how like when stadiums like sell and it's like I mean Kyle Field doesn't have it, but it'd be like, you know, AT&T or Memorial obviously is one of them. Like Darryl Key, like they have the sponsorships, but it's also still the field name. Like, fine, if you want to say like the SEC presented by Waffle House, I'm totally cool with that, but don't call it like the Waffle House Conference.
I just thought of another terrible idea. Sponsorship.
Please share it.
Right on the helmet. So like right here, it would just be Waffle House's logo instead of a team logo. I fear we're going down that route too.
I don't think that'll happen.
I think it could happen.
I think the jerseys are even worse.
Oh,
If
I
it
don't know,
actually,
I
if
mean,
that,
they
on
don't
the
do that
back,
with-
I'm saying on the back, like your
Yeah.
name, what Blutman said first.
Yeah,
That would
that's
be
worse.
the
because they
worst.
were doing Twitter handles.
That was
They were
practice.
doing Twitter. I know, but like still, like
Brandon's
we were
so
getting
over
to
this.
that direction. I'm scared. Is all I'm saying. I liked our sport. I really did.
It's still the same sport. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't
I
be that
liked
guy.
everything about our sport. Now what's happening?
All right, now you're sad. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're signing off from a sad Chicago. You okay? Fist bump.
Fist bump.
I don't even have to look at him anymore. Did y'all see that?
I know,
so
it was
clean.
good.
That was
Yeah.
sick.
That was a
That
morale
sick.
fist bump.
Yeah,
Needed
that was. Glad to have you back, Brandon.
Thank you very much. That's unnecessary roughness.